well.
Okay.
So it's just like Michelle.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here today. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to go through, of course, the Rockin Red songs and get you guys ready to teach the music to wide-eyed children across the universe.
Wow.
You didn't know this also encompasses alien early education, too.
Explain a lot in some of my classes.
So we're going to start alphabetical order as always. We're going to do Alice the Camel. And of course, the first song, I realized that I left my stretchy band at my other place. I thought I had two of them.
mine in the car.
You do?
Ah.
How about we'll save this one until after break, and then we'll go get that after that place. Okay, cool. Okay, so we'll skip Alice the Camel. The B Plus you guys probably already know. We basically just have two versions of this song. It's the same song, just different skits in each one. But just in case, we'll go ahead and do it.
Did we do this in, was it Ruby Green or?
There were two of them, and we moved one of them to this CD, so I can't remember which one. I can't remember what two CDs they're on now, but there's on Rockin Red for sure, and then one other as well.
It was originally when I first started.
Yeah, I think it was on Bouncy Blue originally too, but I think we moved it from that.
That's where I think I found it was on Bouncy Blue a long time ago.
Yeah. So, but you can do this one a cappella or with the teacher track. And let's see, the teacher track just basically has the first chorus and it has the beat just going for a long time. So that if you want to do rhythm patterns afterwards, you can still have that beat going in the background. So it's kind of a different experience having the rhythm patterns with a beat as opposed to just a cappella. But let's just do a quick version of it. So, all right, we're going to do the beat bus. Let's go like this. 1, 2. The bus, we're riding on the bus. The bus, we're riding on the bus. Riding with my mommy, M-O-M-M-Y. Riding with my daddy, D-A-D-D-Y. The bus, we're riding on the bus. The bus, we're riding on the bus. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. 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 Now who wants to come and sing with me? That's what I usually do. And then from there, usually the clapping dissolves or the beat just keeps going on the CD, and you let kids come to you or you go to them for their individual rhythm patterns. Any questions there?
Nope.
All right.
And I also use this one for a birthday, because you can do, like if the child has a 5-letter name, you could say, or it doesn't, not even a birthday, just even in class, you could say, riding with Gavin, G-A-V-I-N, or whatever.
Oh, that's neat.
You know, and it kind of works. If the letters don't have 5 names, I just kind of run them together, and it's kind of funny, like, saying happy birthday, B-I-R-T-H-D-A-Y, you know? And then they laugh anyway.
That's really funny.
So I did this one for birthdays. You can say like, you can use the kid's name or happy birthday or.
Very cool. That's a good idea. And do you do like the same name twice, like riding with Gavin, G-A-V-I-N, riding with Gavin, G-A-V-I-N?
Let's see. I do it 3 times. I do the name and then I do saying happy birthday, H-A-P-P-Y, saying happy birthday, B-I-R-T-H-D-A-Y. And then saying, let's see, riding with Gavin. What else did I do? Probably just mommy and daddy. Yeah. But in class, it probably would work in class too with the names. If you have a small class, my classes are kind of small, so I can do each child's name.
Yeah.
And if they're not 5 letters, you can just make them.
That's neat.
You could say, riding with Gavin on his 6th birthday.
Yeah.
Or his 5th birthday, or whatever.
That's true. I guess you don't have to spell something out. I guess you can just say something that's kind of neat.
Riding with Gavin, he's the birthday boy.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Or he's 3, T-H-R-E-E, or.
Yeah.
There's endless possibilities.
That's very cool. Yeah, I like that idea. Thanks. Okay, cool. So that's the beat bus. We can skip the hello and goodbye songs. I'm sure you guys know those by now.
We better.
We keep changing one every time. So. This one's the same as last time. So we're going to do Cheery Bim, which could be a few things. It could be a parachute. It could be a basic circle dance. And as a circle dance, you could use props or not, like wrist bells or things like that, or even egg shakers. Let's do it with the parachute. So we'll all rise for Cheery Bim.
Remind me to ask you a question about wrist bells at some point today before we leave.
Sure.
I've never used them, and I don't really know what to do with them. I've got
Yeah,
a whole set.
Honestly, I almost never use them either.
I use them
Why? But you can. I just.
small.
Yeah, I got a small one here for today since I knew we'd have a small group. Okay, and this one's basically pretty simple. You basically just, let's see, actually I'm going to refresh my memory. Let's see, person. Yeah, basically just walk around and go in and out. So that's kind of the typical thing for these types of songs. And let's see, here we go. Alright, let's go to the right. Step to the beat.
Cherry bim, cherry bum, cherry bim bum, bim bum, bim bum. Cherry bim, cherry bum, cherry bim bum, bim bum, bim bum. I cherry 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 bim bim bum. I cherry 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 bim bim bum. I cherry 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 bim bim bum. I cherry cherry bim bum.
To the right. We can have a seat. As you can see, it's a little freeform as to which direction you go, this and that and the other. You can kind of play with that as you wish. I guess in the end, after doing that, I'd say going, right and left, and maybe just during the Cheery Bim, Cheery Bomb, maybe just stand and go to the beat instead of moving. But you can really do whatever you want, The main goal of that is just to get people stepping to the beat and kind of doing this to the beat. That's kind of the main reason for everybody holding on to one thing, educationally speaking. And let's see, so you can see how you can basically do the same thing without a parachute. You just kind of walk in a circle. You can shake your wrist bells like this if you wanted, or your egg shakers. And you just kind of, or you can just do it without them, but it's more fun to have a prop. You just go Cheery Bim, Cheery Bum. You can all still all go to the center. You can still all come back out. You can still stand here and shake. So it's the same basic thing with wrist bells. Any questions about that one or any thoughts?
Well, I'm wondering if anybody has any ideas on what to do when the music goes boom, boom, like,
At the end or
At the very end?
well, it goes throughout, like, boom, boom. I feel like I want to, but I'm not that coordinated. I feel like I want to shake, shake, or stomp, stomp, or snap, snap, or something.
My little kids always like jumping. We end up jumping to finish songs that we stand up a lot with our big ta-da. Maybe you could do some sort of jump. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da-dum.
Dun, dun. Yeah, I feel like there's like something big that needs to happen on the boom, boom.
Interesting. And it's interesting too, that brings up another question too. A lot of times with young children, you have to gauge the age of your class too, but for most of the kids that we teach in these classes, I find that there's more success both in the class and from their perspective of what they can learn, of keeping things really simple and big. You know, so like the more small things you try to get kids to do, like the less likely they are to get it, especially, I mean, you're talking like 1-year-olds, you know, 2-year-olds. So I tend to ignore it, but you know, but you can play around with it and see what happens. But yeah, so you're talking about the end of the riff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like as, you know, now a parent or something, and not even necessarily for the kids, because actually, truthfully, most of my kids are barely hanging on a parachute, or they're just underneath the parachute, smiling because it's the breeze and the parachute, and we're trying not to step on them. So I'm really talking about for us adults, when the boom boom comes along, I feel like I want something.
That's a nice idea.
Grandiose.
Yeah.
But I didn't
Maybe
figure
a
it
big
out.
jump. Yeah, I like that idea
If
actually.
you're doing it with the wrist bells, you could hold the wrist bells and go bump bump, and then they jingle when you clap them
That's a
together.
good idea.
Pretty good, yeah.
I like the jumping idea. Okay.
Yeah, but I like the idea of accenting that. That is nice, actually. And it is true that a lot of the kids will just be underneath it, just kind of in their own little heaven, you know, which is perfectly fine. It's actually part of the fun of it. Yeah.
I find that I use the wrist bells a lot. Anytime that it's a stand-up dancing song, I put them on ankles and wrists, or let them just hold them. Even like if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, clap, clap, and they're holding it, and they can hear them. I said, can you hear yourself jingle and hear that sound that you're making? And so like it can be just even on if you're happy and you know it, or Super Silly Tango where they're dancing around but they're wearing wrist bells and ankle bells so they can hear it themselves.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be a specified activity with it.
Right,
It just makes
anything
standing
that's
up
a
fun.
dancing song. I usually like to put them on, and they'll either want them on their wrists and ankles or they just want to hold them.
Sure.
But they can, it's good for them, I think, to hear themselves making that sound, or they'll say, oh, I'm jingling, you know, so
Cool.
you can do it on anything that's a stand-up dancing song.
Okay, yeah, I'll start doing that. So I've got a set and I have yet to use them.
I found that I wasn't using them either, like the first session that I did, because nothing really, no song really specifies to use them on this song. And then I just started using them on This Old Man, actually.
Okay.
Because he played, I don't know, I was just like, I just tried it on that, and we sat on that one. I didn't stand up, I just did This Old Man. And it was just kind of like another way to jingle. Instead of just doing this, you can just jingle the wrist up.
All right. Very cool. Thank
Very
you.
nice.
That's awesome.
That's cool. So that's Cheery Dim and wrist bells. Let's see. You'll find occasionally I might say things that are very obvious conclusions in beginnings, just so that when I'm editing later. So it's not because I'm retarded and I just, you know, like, you know that. You know?
Edit that out?
I have to read it. Did I say it? I didn't say that word. Anyway. Challenged. Anyway. All right. Great. I'm the one who's slipped up.
ADD. Say it again.
We've got a couple more hours. I'm sure with the rest of us will catch up.
All right. So Come On and Sing With Me is a fun song.
Oh, yes.
This is really a basic, you know, we just love it simply for exposing the kids to the instruments. So you can do a couple of things. I like to just sit here and pretend to play each instrument, you know. If you wanted to have a little more fun with it, you could even like either bring some pictures of each instrument, and that way you could either show it during each verse, or you could even experiment with like placing them in the four corners of the room and just like, hey, let's go over here for this verse, and let's go over here for this, and pretend to play it. So it's kind of like a stand-up song, but you know, there's a lot of fun things you can do with it. But the main goal is, besides of course the melody, is just to recognize the different instruments. And occasionally, you know, I'm trying to think if I ever. I think there was a point where I had a little mini piano in the room and I had my guitar, but I didn't have a banjo. But if you can get all the four instruments, then more power to you. You know, if you can bring it to class. So I'll go and play it. And there's a teacher track, which is the same as the CD. And the teacher tracks, even if it's the same as the CD, I add about 10 to 15 seconds at the end, so that you don't feel like you have to rush to shut it off before the next song starts.
And it's always a good idea when we're doing the thing on the iPod to use a teacher track for any song that has one.
Exactly. Exactly. So even if it's the same as the CD, it's better to use the teacher track version because it has your dead space at the end. So
Okay,
you
cool.
don't.
I've been a little confused by that, so great.
Okay. I've gotten more consistent with it over the last couple of sessions. So here we go. Okay. We're going to start off with the guitar. Can anybody show me how to play guitar like this? So here we go.
I love my guitar. I love to play the strings. I love my guitar. Come on and sing with me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Come on and sing with me.
Banjo, similar.
I love my banjo. I love to play the strings. I love my banjo. Come on and sing with me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Come on and sing with me.
Piano.
I love my piano. I love to play the keys. I love my piano. Come on and sing with me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Come on and sing with me. I love to play the drums. I love to keep the beat. I love to play the drums. Come on and sing with me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Come on and sing with me. Come on and sing with me. Come on and sing. Come on and sing with me. Come on and sing with me. Oh, sing with me. Won't you sing with me?
Quieter, quieter. Ta-da! Very good. So, it's a fun song. It's a lot more fun if you have some kind of prop with it. Alternatively, during the la-las, you could do this instead. That way you're doing this, but you're switching to this for the la-la-las, then you switch to the banjo, la-la-la, switch to piano, la-la-la. Gives a little more variety. Either one works.
Could you do this as a stick song? Because like, sometimes I do, like drums you could do, and sometimes I do with the sticks, play the violin, and I have them put a stick here, and they do like that. So
Uh-huh.
I wonder if you could do,
I bet you
like,
could.
I don't know.
You could turn both sticks like a guitar and play like
Yeah.
this.
Well, you could put both sticks, one on either side, one stick here and one stick here, and pretend like that's your
piano.
keyboard.
Yeah, that could work.
Or you could make up other instruments if there was a teacher track that just had some blank verses. You could do, like, I love to play the flute and, clarinet, I don't know.
Yeah, you could do it a cappella and do it that way too. You could do, I love my guitar. What's another instrument? The flute. I love to play the flute. I love to play the string. It gets tricky though because you'd have to come up with a rhyme or something that play. I like to play the flute.
Keys.
I like to play. Does it have keys? I guess. Oh, okay. Keys.
Everything,
I like
well,
to play the
clarinets
flute.
have
Come on,
keys,
sing with
flute
me.
have keys, saxophone have keys.
Yeah, we didn't design it to do it that way, but you certainly could. You just might have to think ahead if someone says an instrument.
I love to
Not
play
the
the
glockenspiel.
trumpet.
Yeah.
I love to play the violins. Violins.
Come on.
Clave, I like to.
That's right, man, you can just repeat
It's true. It
Right.
doesn't have to rhyme. And I like to play the. You could even just say that I like to play the claves. I like to make a beat. I like
That's
the beat happens to work, but what was it? Trumpet. So that doesn't have to rhyme. That's fine.
Come on and sing, yeah.
But I don't know how interesting it is without the sound of it. I guess that's why we have the teacher track. So it's kind of you can do whatever you want. Or if you have favorite instruments, if you play instruments, you can bring those and actually show off that.
Well, what I actually did was when I did this song and introduced really, I mean, I felt like they knew what the drums and the piano and the guitar was, banjo, because we're doing the same thing. So what I did was, before introducing this song, I said, here's a picture of a banjo, and we're going to talk about the banjo, and it's going to be in this song. So I brought in just actually a bluegrass song that I played. I think I switched the order and did bluegrass song for a scarf song or something, and said, this is with the banjo. And then, and then by the time we got to this song, then I showed him the picture, and then said that a banjo was a string instrument played like a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did.
That's
So I
nice.
actually have a banjo. I might be able to borrow it for, probably not every time we sing a song, but maybe once.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool to show the banjo.
And I typically only schedule this one like 2, maybe 3 times during a session. It's, you know, it's kind of it's fun to listen to on CD and to learn that way. But in class, it's not don't schedule as much. But those are all good ideas. And I think I'm writing a note, and if I can find some standard pictures of like a guitar and drums and piano, I can put them on our teacher sites. That way, you don't have to put in the extra work. You know?
That'd be a good
Great,
idea.
yeah.
You need to print them out. Might want to laminate them, or else they'll probably get butchered. But you know. Maybe not though. All right, so any more questions about Come On and Sing With Me? All right, good. So dance, freeze, melt. This one's pretty straightforward. We're gonna all stand up, and we're gonna play the teacher track, which is the same as the CD.
I love this.
We updated this a little since the last time. We added some background vocals in it. And one thing I like to do sometimes when we freeze in this song, I recommend they make a funny face. Either that or to freeze in a funny position, so either one can be funny. Okay, dance, freeze, melts.
Dance, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Freeze. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Freeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Awesome melting, everybody. All right.
I like that one.
That's a fun one. Pretty straightforward, really. Just, you know, probably just good to remember what order it goes in, you know, in terms of jump, twist,
I have that
fly.
challenge, so you know what I do is before every class, actually, I review my syllabus, and if there's something where there's certain activities that they need to do in an order, I write on the syllabus in very small print, okay, like dance, jump, whatever we did, twirl, fly.
Mm.
And so that I glance at it real quick so that I have it in my head, because otherwise I get nervous and confused and I'll fly before I jump or twirl, you know.
You know, another thing you can do too, I just heard of another teacher doing this, if there's some kind of chalkboard or whiteboard in the room, or even not, you can just write your notes. Like you can even write your whole set list up there with any notes you need. You can use code, or you can just write it all out. Or if you just want to take a piece of paper and tape it up to the wall, something like that. And there's nothing, definitely no harm in cheat sheets, you know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Couldn't do it without a cheat sheet.
Yeah. All right, we got a lullaby, Golden Slumbers. So this one you basically just, typical lullaby, you lie down and sleep. So it's sleepy time, everybody. Let's all lie down and go to sleep. You can
optionally turn off the lights if there's somewhat of a light source coming through the window or something. Not certain of the key at the particular moment, but golden slumbers kiss your eyes, smiles away you when you rise. Sleep pretty baby, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby.
Wake up, Mr. Michael, wake up!
Thank you, Mindy. Boy, I'm so embarrassed. How long was I asleep for? So you can sing that twice too if you want. For me, it just depends on what time it is and if the class is running late or on time. That's pretty straightforward though. And you can also play the teacher track too if you want. I don't think I actually made a teacher track for this one, but you can just play the CD if you want to. It's pretty.
I usually just have the CD go into, like, I'll make a playlist for the syllabus for each week, and then I'll put the lullaby right before the bye-bye song. It usually has a few seconds after it. And then if nobody wakes me up, because sometimes my kids are really little and they don't really know how to wake you up.
Yeah, right.
So then the song will just start playing, the bye-bye song just starts playing, and then I'm like, oh, the music woke me up.
Okay, yeah, you can always just wake up and find some. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's come up with some excuse because you definitely don't want to spend the next 10 minutes lying there sleeping waiting for somebody to wake you up. I can see it now. Everybody's already gone home and you're still sitting there. Someone gonna wake me up? It's like midnight. They've already locked up the place. You know? I'm gonna do a quick double check here because I noticed my laptop just turned off. So. Okay, still recording. All right, so any questions with that?
You write numbers?
This my cheat sheet.
Dots.
Dots going up and down.
That's the way I used to do it when I was a kid, actually.
Yeah.
I used to write songs, and I didn't really know. I had taken very little bit of music, so I knew the idea of up and down to write, but I didn't know. I didn't know about the staff and all that. My first little songs, I had to do little sketch papers, you know, when I was like 13 or something. Yeah. All right, our next song is The Good Stuff. This is a fun one. This we kind of call the wild card song in a way because you can really use it for just about anything. We'll start off with sticks. We'll pass out some rhythm sticks. And let me play you some of the song as I'm getting that out, and then I'll show you what the teacher track is. It's a little bit different. There it is. The good stuff. Dee 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 dee, the good stuff. Dee 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 dee, the good stuff. Dee 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 dee, the good stuff. Dee 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 dee, the good stuff. La 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 la, the good stuff. La 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 la, the good stuff. La 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 la, the good stuff. La 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 la, the good stuff. We can run. Run, 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 the good stuff. Run, 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 the good stuff. Run, 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 the good stuff. Run, 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 the good stuff. So here's the basic idea. And now that's the actual track from the CD. So I'm going to play the teacher track, which really just has drums after that because I wanted to leave it flexible enough so you could take suggestions. But I felt like it needed the groove to kind of keep some of the energy happening. So here we go. The good stuff. Dee 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 dee, the good stuff. Dee 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 dee, the good stuff. Dee 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 dee, the good stuff. Dee 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 stuff. Let's run! Run, 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 the good stuff. Run, 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 the good stuff. Run, 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 the good stuff. Run, 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 the good stuff. What else can we do with our sticks?
Fly.
Let's fly like an airplane. Here we go. The good stuff. Fly, 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 the good stuff. Fly, 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 the good stuff. Fly, 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 the good stuff. Fly, 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 the good stuff. What else can we do with our sticks? Ski. Awesome, April. The good stuff. Ski, 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 the good stuff. Ski, 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 the good stuff. Ski, 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 the good stuff. Ski, 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 the good stuff. Ta-da! All right, so then of course I say everybody put your sticks away. You can alternatively say something like, everybody fly with me, the good stuff. Everybody fly with me. You know, it's kind of fun to say fly, 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 but it's also kind of hard to do that at the same time, so it's really your choice. And sometimes you'll get a suggestion that's hard to fit into one syllable. Like, I guess you can go wiggle, 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 the good stuff, you know, things like that, you can, if it's 2 syllables.
One thing I had with sticks, like I said, play the violin. You could put the one with the ridges up here, and then just kind of do that. I don't know, this isn't really how you play a violin, but they can hear the sounds that makes like that. And then I also do, like, peel a carrot.
Oh, that's neat.
And they
That's
just,
a different idea.
yeah, and because they like to scrape it. I find that they're like always doing that. So I was like, okay, well, let's do what Mia's doing. She's peeling a carrot, and I was like, okay, peel a carrot. So you could probably do, let's all peel a carrot. Oh, the good stuff. Now, I mean, it might not work with the words, but you could. Let's play the violin, the good stuff. You know.
Very nice.
You know, if you do the violin that way, it does work this way.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
one.
think we have
Oh, this
yeah.
one. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It does make that.
Oh yeah, then that can make the sound. Either way, they can hear the sound that it makes. The smooth one makes against the ridges. Or
Yeah.
the ridges against the smooth.
Very
So
nice.
that's another idea that I do when I do sticks, because they like to. I'll just notice whatever they're doing and I'll turn it into something. So when I saw her doing that, I was just like, oh, that looks like you're peeling a carrot, and then we just did that.
That's cool. Yeah. I like that. Sometimes that's the most fun stuff when you come up with things that a child does that inspire something you never would have thought of, you know? You can also use this as a lap song. So you could just have your child like this, you know, and you can say, everybody bounce with me, the good stuff. Everybody bounce with me, the good stuff. Let's lean. Everybody lean with me, the good stuff. Everybody lean with me, the good stuff. And etc. You can do everybody tickle with me, the good stuff. So it's really flexible.
Could you, instead of doing it in the one cycle, can you swap within, like, everybody lean with me, the good stuff, let's bounce. Everybody bounce with, that way it's a little bit more, I mean, might be.
You could, yeah. Yeah, I don't see any reason why you couldn't, you know, just gauge the class, you know. If I have a lot of younger kids, I'll try to leave things go and each one a little bit longer, especially with sticks, because, like, it takes a lot of kids, like, most of the verse just to figure out what everybody else is doing, so.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. It's okay. By the time they got it, we're on the hit drum.
Yes,
Right, exactly. So you can gauge what level your class is at as to how fast you want to change out the activity, you know. And direction dance, same thing, you know, you can see, yeah. Everybody jump with me, the good stuff. Everybody twirl with me, the good stuff. It's really,
Yeah, that song works for everything.
yeah, exactly.
Nice.
What a great song.
Ready to have it the next page. I got 2 more. I got egg song. Just
We're not done.
So egg songs, you can shake it on your knee. Shake it on your knee with me, the good stuff. Shake it on your knee with me, the good stuff, etc. And you can kind of figure out the rest. You know, where else can we shake it?
I really like that.
And then part of what we did, you know, on the actual recording, we had different syllables, like we had dee 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 and la 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 and maybe do do do. I can't remember what syllables we put on there. But it's also great for just basic phonics and you know, learning language abilities. So you could just do it as a lap song and just, or with a prop, doesn't matter, but just focus on the syllables. What's another syllable we can say? I mean, what's another sound you can make maybe is more kid-friendly, you know?
Could you do animals?
Oh, yeah,
I
wow.
thought about that.
Yeah, moo 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 moo, the good stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Moo 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 moo, the good stuff. That's very nice too, I like that.
That's hysterical.
You can even say, what is it, everyone be a cow with me and stuff. And then the second half you do the moo 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 moo.
Yeah, that's good.
First half.
Let's all be a cow. That's good.
Let's all be a
everybody.
cow.
Be a cow with me.
There'll be a cow.
I'll be a cow.
Today.
And her cow right now.
Right now,
Right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cow
good
right
stuff. Good stuff, I'm writing that down. And then
That's all
second
simple.
half.
Cows today.
Moo moo moo.
So
I
what,
like
what
that.
are you writing though? Let's all be a cow today?
How about come on, be a cow with me?
Yeah, come on, be a cow.
Come and be a cow, yeah.
I like that better.
Let's all be a cow.
Yeah, let's be a cow.
Come
Let's
and
all be a
be
cow.
Good boy Simpson, don't have a cow, man. Is that what he says?
Come and be a cow with me, or come and be a cow.
Come and be a cow with me, something like that. Yeah. Sing like a cow would sing. You could do all kinds. I mean, it's really
Oh, yeah.
extremely flexible. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's how lips are.
Sing what a cow would sing, something like that. Sing what a cow sings, something like that. Those are all awesome ideas. So, and you could do it a cappella too. You know, it's just beat adds some energy if you feel like you need it, especially for this direction dances and stuff like that. You know.
Wristbands on.
That's right. That's right.
It's like old orders, put wrist bells and everything.
You want to do the wrist She's the wrist endorsement.
That's right.
You will get it.
That's right. You'll be running for office if you'd like to go.
Wristband.
I'm gonna have all my constituents wear wristbands.
With your name on it. Vote for her.
That's great. Okay, any more questions about the good stuff?
I like that song.
Yes,
I do too.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
one.
like it because you can use it as a filler for an activity that like if your syllabus has other, you know, you already have a stick song, you already have an egg song, you already, like it could just fill in for a lap song or that direction dance.
Yeah.
But at the end of your playlist, in case for some reason you're going too quick and it don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to add it if you need more songs?
I always put 2 songs at the very end after the bye-bye song, so that if for some reason, like say one of the songs just does not take with the kids, we bail, and then, you know, we've still got 5 minutes before the lullaby goes, we're gonna do this one, just to put something in there. I always have a couple just feel safe.
Speaking of fail-safe, ball songs are good. Either balls, scarves, or instruments are all good. Like if you realize something needs your attention or whatever, you forgot something or whatever you need, or if you're just getting overwhelmed, just throw the balls out there, let them play.
I just did that yesterday when I had to go get a little girl Kleenex, and I just like put the balls out there and let them, because I had to leave the room for a minute, so.
Yeah, I've had that happen sometimes when I've run out of wipes, but I knew I had some in my car, so I just needed to just run out, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so. Okay, cool. So now we're on to our story song, The Great Big Block. Oh yeah, we can put our sticks away, huh? What a negligent teacher I'm being.
Just gonna wax it.
It's that kind of day, it's that kind of weather.
It is.
Pop. I'll just go ahead and tell the story to you guys. Here it goes. All right, we're going to tell a story of the Great Big Pull-Up. Now I need you to help me tell the story. So everybody take your hands like this, and we're going to make number 4. Okay, here we go. There were 4 rabbits by the river sipping water. When all of a sudden, they heard a great big pull-up! And the rabbit said, "Yikes! Run for your lives!" Let's try that together. Yikes! Run for your lives! And the rabbits ran like this. Now, it just so happens that they ran past 3 deer. Can you make number 3? And the deer said, "Why are you making so much noise?" And the rabbits explained. Try this with me. We heard a great big pull-up. And the deer said, "Yikes! Run for your lives!" And the deer ran like this. Woo! 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 Now, it just so happens that they ran past 2 laughing hyenas. And the laughing hyena said, "Why are you making so much noise?" And the rabbits explained, "We heard a great big pull-up!" And the hyena said, "Yikes! Run for your lives!" And the hyenas ran like this. Now, it just so happens that they ran past one wise owl. Who? An owl. And the owl said, I would do this. "Why are you making so much noise?" And the rabbits explained, "We heard a great big pull-up!" And the owl said, "So what?" Good question, thought the rabbits. So they decided to take the owl to the place of the plot. And the owl flew like this. So they came to the banks of the river. Can anybody make a river with your arm? And there on the banks of the river was a tall oak tree. You can make that too. And on the oak tree was a branch. And on the branch was an acorn. The wind blew. And the acorn fell into the river and made a great big pull-up! And the owl said, "See, you've been afraid of an acorn." And they all had a good laugh about that, especially the hyenas. Let's all laugh like hyenas. Yay! I always throw in the "let's all laugh like hyenas" that way. Basically my excuse to get them laughing at the joke.
Because they usually don't get it.
It depends.
The adults do.
I try not to take the chance. So if you notice, I did a lot of, at the beginning especially, I said a lot of cue words like, like when I said, "Yikes, run for your lives," and I said, "Let's try that together." Yikes, run for your lives. You already had it, but I did that just for what would be for a new class. And as time went on, I did less of the "can you make 4 fingers, can you make 3?" But if I had seen that nobody was doing it, I would have said, "Can you all make 3 fingers?" with so you can kind of gauge your class. I did everything really slowly and did my hand movements a little bit ahead of time. So I said, "We heard a, you know, you don't want to go, we heard a great big pop. I mean, maybe with older kids you could do it that fast, but you just gotta, you know, especially with this young age group, you want to really be nice and slow, very demonstrative, yes, and just make sure everybody's with you.
Could you go over the card again? I got the river,
Uh-huh.
but what, you know, I taught this, and I think I just did like tree like this.
Uh-huh.
Plot. I didn't exactly do that.
You
Can you go over that one more time?
Yeah, I'm sure what you did is nice too, yeah.
Well, I'm sure it was, but I can't remember right now, but it wasn't as complicated as what you just did.
It's complicated.
Intricate, not
Right.
Intricate, yes. Advanced.
They came to the banks of the river.
Right.
Can you make a river with your arm? Because usually they won't right away. And on the banks of the river was a tall oak tree. Can you make that too? And on the oak tree was a branch. And on the branch was an acorn.
I love that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And then you go, the wind blew. And the acorn fell into the river and made a great big
And I think my hands like this and my other arms here could be before I was like this. And I wasn't looking right. I mean, I was doing it with you, so. Bridge,
Yeah.
acorn. I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Should you, I have another question. When you go into this sequence of, you know, the hyenas are laughing and the deers are wiggle, wiggle, and the rabbits are, can you announce the animal before you do the sound? Because sometimes they might not remember the sequence, like, and now the deer are wiggle, wiggle, and then the rabbit wiggle.
You
Because
could.
like, I think when it was going just in a row without being announced, it was might be confusing for the little ones.
Yeah, you could. I've found that I didn't need to. Like anytime I've ever done that in shows or in classes, people tend to catch on. And actually, it's good for their brains to try to remember. It's a good memory stimulation. So that's, you know, a good thing I'm learning with that. Because anything where you have a sequence where it builds each time, you know, if you can do it without announcing each thing, then it's helping them stimulate it. And plus, they'll catch on even if they don't remember the sequence. They're going to see you doing it, so they just kind of go along. So, but yeah, you certainly can do that.
I have a question. I missed one thing. There's a after it. What is that? I missed it.
So that's kind of just like scene change,
okay.
you know. It's basically just.
I was writing and I was like.
I mean, basically, what it is that like if you don't have something to bring everybody back to quiet, then you're gonna have people just keep doing this while you're sitting here trying to tell the rest.
So it
of the
wasn't
story.
indicative of part of the story. It's like, and now we're moving.
Yeah,
okay,
it's basically
great.
like.
Okay.
You know, it's a
Oh,
it's a fun.
I get it. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
It's always good. Anytime you have something that invokes craziness in a class, which is fun, you always want to have a fun plan to bring people back to quiet. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going to find yourself, you're going to get frustrated and they'll get frustrated. You know what I mean? You want to always keep, we build that into songs anyway.
And in my class when I taught that, it really, I did it and I got kind of quiet and hunched down and it drew them back into the story. So I loved that part of it.
Yeah.
It was very effective.
That's a good point. Dynamics are very important in storytelling. Actually, throughout all these songs, you know, the more dynamic you can be, you know, the more loud, but then like you get really soft. You know, a lot of times, in order to get a class's attention, speaking softly actually does a better job than speaking loudly. A lot of people think you just need to yell louder than they are, but that just escalates it even more. But if you can kind of like if parents are talking or if kids are all still doing whatever the last activity was and kind of just chaotic, like, guess what, everybody? We've got some fun thing. Did you know, like my secret? Or I don't know. You could play around with it. They might not catch on immediately, but a couple of them will, and then like a couple of the other ones that are talking will start realizing what's going on, and you can gradually bring people to rest. Okay. Any questions on Great Big Plop? All right.
Is that an original?
It is a traditional adapted by Eric.
It's cute. It's cute.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
wonder what the adaptation is.
Is it a children's book?
Sure, actually. I've been curious about that myself. I mean, I learned it from Eric, so yeah, but it's
I can
such
see
a...
it being illustrated like a children's book.
Totally. Yeah, it's, I love that one. I used it in many of my shows, you know, because it's not even musical at all. There's nothing musical about it in terms of pitch or rhythm,
Right.
you know.
All right, so moving on, we're at hip hop body rock. And we've tweaked this song. I think we're in our third incarnation of it because the other ones just weren't working so well.
I learned all that. I really did.
Believe me, this
Challenge.
one's a lot easier.
Okay. 'Cause I did. I took that on. I was like, I'm learning this. It's pretty awesome.
I'm impressed. Even I had a hard time with that.
There was
Like,
one parent that really learned it too. The others did.
all right, let's go grab an egg shaker. By the way, I just learned something that's kind of fascinating that I never really thought about. The difference between having one egg shaker or two in your hand for a small child. It can be beneficial to have two for the sake of them developing both sides of not only their muscles but also their brain, because
Right.
so doing this is going to be better for them than just doing this. And I only just learned that recently. I never would have thought of such a thing, but that's just another training I went to. I went to another training for early childhood music education. So something to think about. Of course, that also means buying double the number of eggs, so you can consider your, what you want to do with that. But I don't think it's a huge deal or anything. It's just another little perk, Same thing with the rhythm sticks, of course. They always have those in their hands anyway. All right, so I'm just going to play this. I'll just go ahead and play straight to the teacher track. The teacher track just has the first verse, and then it's blank. Here we go. Alright, let's get our eggs. Everyone, repeat after me. My head, shake my shaker by my head. My head, shake my shaker by my head. My knees, shake that shaker by my knees.
My knees, shake that shaker by my knees.
My belly, shake that shaker by my belly.
My belly, shake that shaker by my belly.
Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Where else can we shake our heads? Elbows off the ringing, my elbows, shake my shaker by my elbows.
My elbows, shake that shaker by my elbows.
Where else can we shake it?
Our chin.
Awesome, Michelle. My chin, shake that shaker by my chin.
My chin, shake that shaker by my chin.
And what's another place?
Our back,
awesome people. My back, shake that shaker by my back.
my back, shake that shaker by my back.
Together, now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Where else can we shake it?
My toes,
Our toes, awesome, yeah, my toes, shake that shaker by my toes.
my toes, shake that shaker by my toes.
And what's another place we can shake it? Shoulders, alright, Mindy. My shoulders, shake that shaker by my shoulders.
My shoulders, shake that shaker by my shoulders.
What's one more place we can shake it?
My hips,
Oh yeah, alright, my hips, shake that shaker by my hips.
my hips, shake that shaker by my hips.
Together, now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Now I know each part of me, all little things sing happily. Ta-da! All right, I was hoping to get to the end of it. I was going to say there was plenty of space there, but I left a lot of extra and notice that I stopped it, which you can always do, by the way. You can always stop tracks early. especially if you have a remote control, it's very beneficial. But just if you notice, the very end of it has the music coming back in for the chorus, like the little keyboard parts. So just in case you're going and all of a sudden you start hearing that, you better realize, whoops, I better wrap this up, you know. So, there it is. I think it's right.
And that chorus is, now is part of me, all children sing happily first, right?
Uh-huh.
And happily second.
I was wondering
Exactly.
what else.
Probably even better.
Yeah, that is the way it is. Happily first time and happily second time. That's the way it is on the CD. And I did it twice each chorus. You could do it once each chorus, you know. And you can. I did 3 choices in between choruses, but you could do 2, you could do 4, you could do. You know, I left it really flexible, you know, so you can do whatever you want there.
So is it really, it's not really a call and response, because you just kind of, you said, you started off with my head, and then we all repeated my head, and then we all kind of came together.
Oh no.
Right, it's not a call.
I think that's just what's kind of happening because you all started singing along because it's easy. But it should be, I say my head, shake that shaker by my head. Then you say my head,
So it
shake
is
that
more
shaker
call
by
and
my
response.
Glad you asked that because
Okay.
that's, yeah. So it
Okay.
should be, I say the whole line. But that is interesting, I guess. They'll have the CD, so I mean, they'll know it, you know.
Figure out where they're supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe the first week you might get some confusion. I'm not sure if I've scheduled this for the first week or not. But yeah, so that's the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Straight call and response, like really easy.
Because I do a lot of this, where I'm just saying it, and then that to direct this and that, so I wasn't really sure what, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, shake that shit by my head. You can kind of do something like that, you know. You could even do a quick practice run before you start the music, you know. So in this song, you're going to find different body parts, and now everybody's going to repeat after me. Let's practice real quickly. I'll say this: my head, shake that shaker by my head.
My head.
Thank you.
My head,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shake that, shake her.
So especially the first week, you might want to do something like that.
Mhm.
But you
That's a
know,
great idea.
as they learn the song, they'll know it already from the CD. And you can, you know, I took suggestions. I did the first 3 myself, then I took suggestions from then on out. You could take 3 suggestions at once, so you don't have all the breaks in between. You know, I don't know that necessarily broke the flow or not, but you could say, what's 3 more body parts? You know, and then you just, of course, they have to remember them. You just kind of go straight through the 3 verses in a row. You can play around with that. No right or
I do
wrong.
that when I take suggestions. I usually get all the suggestions in advance,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go.
That's nice.
Maybe not in this one. It works just doing it as you go, but I usually get the suggestions ahead of time so that the flow can just keep going.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite, because I can only remember one thing. I get one suggestion.
Depends on how much sleep I've had the night before.
You have to have one baby, yes.
It doesn't change, no, it doesn't change.
No.
It's not your naughty brain.
Not anymore.
It's no more brain.
This is the way it is. Welcome.
Yes.
So just a quick note, it's 2:30 right now, and you said you have to leave at 3. So is anybody up for just going another half hour and then taking a break, or you guys feel
I'm
you can
great.
take a break right now? Okay, cool.
Let's roll.
We'll keep going. All right, so that's the end of Hip Hop Body Rock.
Oh, I love this one.
I Can Shake My Shaker Egg. This is really fun. It's very simple. You just play the same track as the CD, except it's got the extra 10 seconds at the end. And you just tiptoe around the room or run around the room or whatever it says to the music. So
My
this
son
is
and I did this last week for 45 minutes.
No.
really,
Around our coffee table.
Wow.
He loves this. Anything that gets faster, anything where the tempo starts at one place and picks up, he is all over that.
that's great. Yeah, this is, what's cool about this is it shows you dynamics because it gets quieter and louder, and also tempo. It can start slower and it goes faster. So you can say that to your classes. Just it's a nice little educational moment. Okay, let's all rise. This is based on in the Hall of the Peer Gynt Suite
Gynt.
in the Hall of the Mountain King.
It's pronounced Gin.
Oh, really?
Gint?
Peer Gynt Suite.
Yeah, it's
Gint.
that's our Norwegian. And I've actually sung this opera before.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
Neat.
there's the famous song is called Solveig's Song from this opera, but it's so funny that this, like you're reading it.
How do you say it?
Peer Gynt,
Okay.
Norwegian.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate
You're the
that.
only person who knows that opera. It's so
Famous
funny.
Norwegian.
I can shake my shaker-egg, shaker-egg, shaker-egg. I can shake my shaker-egg and sneak around the room. I can shake my shaker-egg, shaker-egg, shaker-egg. I can shake my shaker-egg and sneak around the room. Shake my shaker-egg, shaker-egg, shaker-egg. I can shake my shaker-egg and walk around the room. I can shake my shaker-egg, shaker-egg, shaker-egg. I can shake my shaker-egg and walk around the room. I can shake my shaker-egg, shaker-egg, shaker-egg. I can shake my shaker-egg and walk around the room. I can shake my shaker-egg, shaker-egg, shaker-egg. I can shake my shaker-egg and walk around the room. Shake my shaker-egg, shaker-egg, shaker-egg. I can shake my shaker-egg and run around the room. I can shake my shaker-egg, shaker-egg, shaker-egg. I can shake my shaker-egg and run around the room.
You like reverse directions.
I think it's
Reverse
too.
directions.
You can, but it's so fast. Yeah, you get dizzy basically.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you don't have to
whoa.
go in a circle. Can you just have them just go randomly around the room?
You could. It depends how many, how crowded your class is. You know what I mean? If it's a crowded class, that could cause a lot of injury.
I remember when we took that classical baby class from you. We started in a circle, and then when it went to that free-for-all section, you had us go anywhere we wanted to.
Oh, okay.
So we started doing that.
That's
I think I remember you doing that.
That's very possible.
Maybe it was just my son going AWOL.
A lot of times,
It's entirely possible.
a lot of times I just experiment with things, So yeah, but that works. Changing directions. I mean, it's pretty fast. So I think if you try to change directions in the middle of that, you'll end
Oh, you might
up
run
people
into each
smack
other.
into each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
Bigger circles help too. A little
Right.
less of the.
We got a little small area here, so it's relatively speaking.
Oh, yeah. You went out and I went, oh yeah, I know why she's going out. Oh, I can't look at her. You can go.
Right, it's the perfect cause of dizziness.
They love that.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
2-year-old loves it.
It's just a great piece of music too.
And you can do it a cappella too, and that enables you to do whatever you want, really. So you can take a pause and say, okay, now let's turn the other way. So you can, you can speed up or slow down as much as you want. You can fly around the room, jump around the room, twirl and so good. So there's a lot of flexibility with that. I wonder, should we demonstrate that actually, real quickly? Or does everybody think you got that?
If you
Doing
do
it a cappella?
acapella.
So you.
We're gonna have fly, jump.
As long as we go the other direction.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try it. Let's just. I'll leave the shaker eggs out for the moment. We'll just pretend we have them. But there could be some other things we discover from that. I think they're worth it. Okay, so we're all going to sneak on our tippy toes to the right. So here we go.
Right?
Learn this way. Oh, okay, we're going this way.
We outnumber you,
I can shake my shaker egg,
shaker egg, shaker egg. Whisper, I can shake my shaker egg and sneak around the room. I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and sneak around the room.
Ooh, very good, everybody. Let's go the other way now. Here we go. We're gonna walk around the room now.
I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and walk around the room. I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and walk around the room.
Very nice. Now what else can we do with our shaker egg?
Fly!
Fly, here we go. I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and fly around the room.
I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and fly around the room. What else can we do with our shaker?
Skip!
Skip, yay, Michelle! I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and skip around the room. I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and skip around the room. Other direction! It's time to run! I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and run around the room. I can shake my shaker egg, shaker egg, shaker egg. I can shake my shaker egg and run around the room. Bump! Ta-da! I'm not sure how to end that. I kind of started to bump.
How the song goes? Yeah, it goes like this.
Yeah, it kind of does the bump, bump. You can kind of just play with different things for that if you play the CD. I just skipped it without it. Cool. So you can see you have a little more flexibility doing it a cappella. All right. Okay, I hear the water. This we're using as a lullaby. You can also use it as a sit-down song, but we only have one lullaby plus this, so these are intended to be the two lullabies on the CD. You can basically just play the track. It's an alternate. You can also explain it's alternate time signature. So it's this is in 5/8. So normally we count to 4 or to 3 when we count music, but this time we're going to count to 5. So like this. It's sleepy time, so I gotta go to sleep.
I see the ocean, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds. I see the ocean, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds.
Make water sounds with your mouth.
I see the river, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds. I see the river, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds.
Listen to the river.
I see the raindrops, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds. I see the raindrops, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds. I like the way they sound. I like the way they sound. I like the way they sound. I like the way they sound.
Make sure you have your remote control. Good morning. All right, I'm truly relaxed now.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to listen to that before I go to bed.
Perfect nap time.
Now, I have rain sticks, but I know I don't have a classroom full of rain sticks. Is that something that maybe?
You could. Sometimes I bring a rain stick to class, like more like before class. I'll let the kids play with it. But yeah, you could, I'll probably bring that out for this. You know, I mean, the rain stick is more of the rain as opposed to the ocean and the river.
Right.
Really, you know, I don't think there's that much. Hey.
I heard something.
Good. This is Steve. Steve's house. I don't know if you all know Steve. This is Jen.
Hi.
Michelle.
Hello.
You know Mindy, of course, and April. Thank you, April. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you for letting us use your space. This is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a great
You don't have to stay tonight, I mean, really. It would be amazing with 100 people here.
Wow.
Yeah, probably we have a benefit
10
concert.
musicians and are you going to come?
We might come late. We're going to Verizon Wireless Theater
Oh,
tonight
okay.
for a concert. So,
There's a couple last night that she actually speaks French.
Oh.
Yeah.
what was her name? Do you remember?
Myra, she's from Argentina, lives in France a while and back to Argentina.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, she's getting married. No, she's married. She's giving birth in 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I guess she's not getting married. She's already married.
Aw.
Y'all have fun.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Okay, so obviously as a lullaby, it's pretty straightforward. As a sit-down song, you can use it as a rhythm exercise. You can do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see the ocean, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds. I see the ocean, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds. Sound of the ocean. That's one way you can do it a cappella, or you can do it with the CD and do the same thing.
I was trying to think on that.
It's tricky, isn't it? And then now what you can do also during the water sounds, you can count if you play the CD, so you can do something like this. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4.
I see the ocean, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds. I see the ocean, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds.
2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see the river, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds. I see the river, I hear the water, I like the way it sounds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's nice. Keep going. So it's nice. I would recommend doing it that way at least once during a session. Just that way they get the practice with the rhythm.
Did somebody say something earlier about a ring stick?
I did, yeah, before Steve came in.
Oh, what did you say about it?
I was just asking what you thought about it, because I actually have little ones that came with my kit that I have for this. So I have about 3 or 4, not enough for a classroom, but at least I guess maybe they can pass it around.
Because we have a big ring stick.
And I do
It's
have a
kinda
big one too.
long. I don't think it would go with the rhythm of this, but it could be like a rain stick. It could go with the song of it.
Well, if you try things, let us put it on the forum and let us know what you tried.
Okay.
And you can also do it as an introductory piece. You could go around and let each kid try to figure this out in the
Okay,
water
yeah.
as a preparatory piece for the
That's a good
song.
idea.
Yeah, okay.
Or this song could be right before the lullaby song, the other lullaby song, because this kind of gets them in the mood for the lullaby song.
You could. I mean, we only with 10 weeks we have 2 lullabies, and this is one of them. So, I guess no harm doing them. I try to make him about 5 each. Try to make it so you don't get too tired of the same lullaby each time. But honestly, kids don't get tired of any of this stuff.
Yeah, they
don't.
maybe the parents do.
This is probably my favorite alternate time sequence song.
Me too.
Thanks. Actually, Eric wrote this one.
Just, yeah.
I was wondering about that. Wait a minute. That sounds like your voice.
It sounds
Yeah.
like it, right?
My
Something that you would write.
voice. It does.
Yeah.
Because, like,
It sounds like something I played it, sang it, and it sounds like something I would write, but he
Yeah.
actually wrote it. So.
yeah, it sounds exactly. As soon as I heard the title, I thought you wrote it. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Totally, you're like the nature boy, and then he's like the chicken on the head guy.
Right.
You guys are you're influencing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We just, it just sounded better for me to sing it, and also we try to have about equal representation of each of our voices in the CD. That's just how it played out, Oh, this is a fun one, a brand new one called I Love It, and it's a direction dance. So I'll play the actual regular track first, and then I'll show you the teacher track. So let's all stand up.
We don't get no warning. We just gonna do it. What are we doing? Run, jump, red, blue.
Well, I'll teach it to you as if you're in a first grade class. That's the whole thing. So. Okay, so now this is a call and response song, so I need you guys to say certain things. I'm gonna say, I love it when you jump. You say jump like that. You more crazy fun like a blue cat, a blue cat in a red hat. You know I love it when you jump like that. And that's how it's gonna go. So here we go, everybody.
I love it when
you jump, jump like that. You're crazy fun like a blue, blue cat, a blue cat in a red, red hat. You know I love it when you jump, jump like that.
Oh, this is the teacher track. Cat, a blue cat in a red, red hat. You know I love it when you jump, jump like that. I love it when you twirl, twirl like that. You're crazy fun like a blue, blue cat, a blue cat in a red, red hat. You know I love it when you twirl, twirl. I love it when you shake, shake like that. You're crazy fun like a blue, blue cat, a blue cat in a red, red hat. You know I love it when you shake, shake like that. Let's shake it, everybody! Woo! Woo! Let's shake it now. This time let's march in a circle. I love it when you march, march like that. You're crazy fun like a blue, blue cat, a blue cat in a red, red hat. You know I love it when you march, march like that. Let's march it on, yeah. Woo! What else do we do next? What's that? Awesome, Michelle. Here we go. I love it when you clap, like the baby like a blue, blue, a blue cat in a red, red hat. You know I love it when you clap, like that. Yay!
So I have a question. So then
So
when you're clapping, are you just clapping, or do you continue to go clap up above, or when you're twirling, do you go red, or do you just continue to twirl?
Good
Or
question.
Just repeat it.
Well, obviously, I mean, you know,
Doesn't matter.
the this I added just a second ago, you know, so that was kind of something I was winging that, so I mean, but it's, you know, but
I like that.
yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
I think it either way. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
you can say, sure, we're supposed to do that, but I don't know who's going to realistically do that while they're twirling and do that.
Okay.
'Cause it doesn't really matter so much. I
Can't
think.
get any dizzier. Can I do this and twirl? No!
So I played you the teacher track, and if you notice, the harmonica came in at the last verse, so that was your cue.
Ah.
It's about to end. That way you don't start singing another thing and find yourself left hanging. I love it. Oh, sorry.
Is that Mr. Eric on the harmonica?
Yeah.
Because I know he taught himself. I was like, golly.
Did he really?
And
Yeah.
he went on
Sweet.
and
Yeah,
taught
he's gotten
himself.
really good at it.
That's great.
So now there were a couple of things that I did. Like you can it's totally blank vocal wise after the first verse. So the first couple I just went straight from verse to verse and just used my body language. And obviously when I said shake, you heard me say shake, so you did shake. So it works. But I think to do the whole song just straight through like that gets like kind of crazy. It's like really fast, and it's like. It's a little, and it gets a little boring. It gets a little just too much. So that's why about halfway through, I think I can't remember which one. Oh, after shake, I said, all right, let's shake it now. So I left like a whole verse of just shaking, just to kind of give us a moment.
Sure.
And then I suggested the next one, and then I left a verse after that to explore that some more. So you can do that every time, or you can just do that towards the middle. You know, you can kind of be flexible. And the second time, what I did is I used the second half of it to take suggestions for new things. So like, you know, let me shake, shake, like that. Let's shake it, everybody. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe about halfway through, you can say, what can we do next? You know, while it's still going, and that way you have some time to, while everybody's shaking, to take ideas for the next verse.
Okay, yeah.
Well, half of it we stood still, and the other half we like marched around in a circle. So that was good to break it up too.
Right.
We like stood
Jump.
and faced each other and jumped.
Mm-hmm.
And stood and faced each other and shake, but then in the middle you change it up to march, and that kept it interesting because then we could go in a circle and then clap in a circle.
Right. So
So
that's
like
good.
the first half was in place and the second half was in a circle.
Yeah, and I didn't necessarily do that intentionally. That's just what kind of happened, to be honest. But yeah, but you can shake it up. I mean, because you can. There's several stationary activities you can do, like jump, shake, twist, twirl. But then there's several you can do walking around, like run, march, tiptoe. You can clap while moving, or you can clap while standing still, and they'll just follow your lead whenever you choose to do. Or they won't follow your lead, and you follow whatever they do. if they're still moving in a circle, you move in a circle too.
Okay, you're good.
This is another good one for wrist bells.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote a cool thing in here, like for extra fun, before you start the song, you can ask for various volunteer parents, and maybe older kids, but probably not in parent-child classes, to sing a line. So that way, you know, you're sitting there doing your thing, you know, I love it when you jump like that. And then like you point to the next parent, and hopefully by that time they've gathered what they're supposed to do, and they say, I love it when you twirl. So you all follow that parent.
Oh,
then you
that's a
point
good
to the next
deal.
parent and say, I love it when you, you know,
That's a
fly
great
like
idea.
that. So I think that would be really fun. Maybe not the first week you do it, but like, you know, after you've done it a couple of times, you know.
Yeah,
Get them involved.
that's great for the
Yeah,
big siblings.
Yeah, so it's great for big siblings, good for parent participation, and it adds that little extra element of like, you know, like, is it gonna all crash and burn, you know?
Concert bands, concert. A mini concert for kids.
All right, so any questions about I Love It? All right, good. So on to La Cucaracha. This is the same as we had it in our previous incarnation. We'll just have this be a sit-down song. This will probably be our last one before the break, by the way, just in case you start to feel antsy. So this is a great chance to teach Spanish to the children. We're focused on animals, and we really simplified the lyrics of La Cucaracha a whole lot for this age group to really focus on our educational goals, which are teaching the Spanish words of the animals, and of course the melody as well. So let's just go like this. We're going to go, this is a 3/4 time signature. So we're going to go, I can't remember what key it's in. Let me just find it so I can get that going. Rockin Red. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go. Now you can't, I just think you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can try 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think it's too hard for my age group. Maybe with older kids though. But I would just go 1, 2, 3, 1. La cucaracha, la cucaracha, la 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha, la 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 la. La 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 la. Now, who has a favorite animal you'd like to sing about?
Chicken.
Chicken, awesome. Does anybody know how to say the chicken in Spanish? La gallina, awesome, Mindy. La gallina, la gallina. La 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 la. La gallina, la gallina. La 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 la. What's another animal?
Cat.
A cat. Awesome, Michelle. How do you say the cat in Spanish? El gato. All right. El gato. El gato. La 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 la. El gato. El gato. La 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 la. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. La la la.
La
La la la.
la la la
La la la.
la la la
La la.
la la.
That's just a random example of going into tonal patterns straight out of it. You could also use an animal sound instead, like especially if one of the last verses was something, you don't have to go back to La Cucaracha. You can say, now everyone repeat after me. You say moo, 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 and you kind of have to break rhythm for tonal patterns. You could also do rhythm patterns like bak, 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 bak. Bak, 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 bak. Bak, 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 bak.
Bak, 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 bak.
So you have your choice as to whether you want to keep the rhythm patterns going there. I usually designate it in the syllabus, but you can also play with that, of course.
I'm sorry, what was the first one you did? La la la?
I just did la 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 is what I
Okay.
did, but you can do anything like bom bom is a good like default if you ever need something to go to for tonal or rhythm patterns. Because children's, their mouths, it's something they can say, even if they can't speak it, they can kind of go ba, 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 you know, so it's a nice syllable for tonal and rhythm patterns. But I also like to use some of the simpler ones like moo and bak for rhythm. Moo would be for tonal, I think. And, I usually specify that once again in the syllabi.
I have a kind of a dumb question. Is there any advantage to switching to 4/4 time or staying in 3/4 time? Does
For
it?
the tonal patterns?
Yeah.
Tonal patterns, I kind of, there's really not necessarily any rhythm per se. You're really just trying to focus on the notes. So I kind of
Sure.
tend to slow down and really emphasize the notes.
Okay.
If I was doing a 4/4 song, I tend to stay in that.
Mhm.
I could have done like, let me see, moo, 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 moo. It could work. It feels a little fast to me, so I kind of broke rhythm for that.
Okay.
That was just the choice I made in that moment, you know. But you could do what you want.
So it's more about speed as opposed to, okay.
For tonal patterns, you're really trying to focus on the actual pitches. So even at the expense of the rhythm, almost on
Sure.
purpose. Sometimes
Okay.
like you're really just trying to focus on those pitches because otherwise a child might hear bum bum bum, and they might go ba ba ba, which is
Right.
great rhythmically, but
But not so good with it, yeah.
you know, so by breaking the rhythm on purpose, you can kind of get them to say something, you know, to focus on the tones.
Yeah.
I have a question. What does cucaracha mean? Is that,
Oh, it's
is that
cockroach.
cockroach?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to make sure because somebody asked.
It's true. I guess we don't have. No, I guess.
It's not a translation lesson.
Right. That's funny. That's funny.
Okay.
And if you notice, this song traditionally has also appeared in 4/4 in a lot of places, and some people might be more familiar with that version. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you notice, I really extended the things when I went. La cucaracha, la cucaracha, la cucaracha, la 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 la. La, la, la. See how I held that note out really long? Because otherwise people want to start. It's really important,
I
yeah.
did notice that,
Mhm.
yeah.
When you have long breaks and you have the tendency for people to want to start a verse early, make sure you hold out those notes so that they can, it's a really great cue that's very invisible that really keeps people on time.
So I like that there's a video or a training thing online about how to pronounce them. That's really good.
Oh, I don't know if we've actually done that, but, oh yeah, there is. We linked to someone else's video, good. It's like, I don't remember making a video of that, okay.
I see a big old cheat sheet in my future.
Right, definitely.
Luckily, one of my parents lived in Mexico for a while, and then Victor actually lived in Mexico for about 2 months or something, so he knows some of this. That helped me with the Spanish.
Good, yeah, it's good to it's good education for you guys too to learn them,
Exactly.
but I definitely recommend the cheat sheet, you know.
Yeah, I needed a cheat sheet, that's what I'm saying.
And I mean, you could do this song, you know, you could say the chicken, la la.
That's fine.
It's always a callback. I mean, it's not as fun at all, but you could get away with it if you needed to.
I usually have a Spanish-speaking nanny in my classes, and I make a big deal about it, like that this song is. I kind of like have them help lead it and make them feel important.
Oh, that's nice.
So that they can, you know, I don't know. I just make them feel like a little bit special about, you know. So maybe if there's a nanny or a mom who's a Spanish-speaking person in your class, you could say like, oh, and you can help me out with this one, or take the lead, you know, or maybe not take the lead, but they can like help and just feel like important.
Yeah, that's a nice idea. It's a nice cultural opportunity, cultural exposure opportunity. And you know, when I ask how do you say the whatever in Spanish, I mean, if a kid says something that I don't know what it is, I say, how do you say that in Spanish? If nobody knows, well, I don't know either. Let's just say the whatever, rhinoceros. The
I like the use that you use the bok bok because it reminds me of the funky chicken.
Yeah.
The other city too, so
Yeah.
And sometimes I might even do a bok 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 bok. You know, I'll leave this behind for a verse just to kind of do that. It depends. I didn't want to do it that time because it was like the first verse. I didn't want to leave the rhythm behind that quickly. Okay, so any more questions on the cucaracha? Okay, why don't we take a little break and we'll come back and do the rest. We're making good time, I think. I'll pause all the recordings.